Most these people move like clones. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but Miss Badu told me I'm Miss Badu told me and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I'm Michael Phelps. Told my partner, get your bread up, but that don't equal well. But you can't help all your partners unless you done help yourself. So I need more than kudos and a high five. Cause I went from sidelines to the limelight. And I shine bright, ice cold bars, Klondike. And I never move with the this ain't blindside, oh. Finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow, shine light, so glow. Every lyric skin cold, so most like Rondo on my glow when I pivot, oh. Most these people move like clones. That's why I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke, but Dave Chappelle told me I'm Dave Chappelle told me and I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water and I'm Michael Phelps. Me and my dogs eat like King's, but we be working July. Out of my hood, I deserve some accolades. Cause I maneuver through the like a bottle of Metamucil in a body that's used to being. And most consumers, they view me as a ruler like Mansa Musa. Cause I stay with some jewels that can't exonerate them from every ounce of troubled water they been in. Spend in time in places it ain't safe to swim in. Without yelling, I tried to tell them they should make amends. Where you from? Where I'm from, you see so much pain. But the kid do it big, now they know my name. I done got it out the mud and put on for my day ones. That's why Miss Badu and Dave Chappelle show her you don't play or no.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. 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 Wait a minute, I was told it, back up, love is all in my back up, but I won't be your back up. Back up, living life in this back up. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be your victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping and leaking and leak? Immediately show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kick to the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets so big.
Hello, everyone. Glad to have you with us. My player build breakdown and real-world evaluation is coming up. NBA 2K20, here we go. And tonight we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. Courtside, along with Brian Benefitemi and Tim Swartz, Blake Suniga here for some exciting 2K basketball action.
And all eyes are on my player tonight. Reminds me a lot of myself back in the day. A lot of attention. It was a lot of distractions, but all the fans are here. They're intrigued to see him play, and really, I'm curious as well.
You just never know what will happen until the refs toss up the tip. Could someone drop 50 tonight? Will we see overtime, a triple-double, a buzzer beater? We all have no idea. This is why we play the games. That's a great sign. My player showing some handles, a big plus for a front court player.
Well, defending NBA champion Toronto, they did re-sign one of their key free agents in Marc Gasol.
While they may look set at the big positions with Gasol and Ibaka, there are certainly minutes behind them that are available because they're a bit thin in the front line. So I think there's a chance to even start over them with enough improvement.
Well, absolutely. We saw Nick Nurse call on Pascal Siakam over other vets. They aren't scared to play the kids in Canada. So if you end up with this empty big build, you will get a chance to be a significant player on this club.
Now here's my player. Shot blocked!
A valuable, tenacious defender. Green is so good at using his reach to reject shots.
Connects from three-point range.
Got the D worried about him inside and knocked it out from the outside.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Curry. Three-pointer. It's good from long range.
Anything the opponent can do, Curry can do better. He's got to be the best shooter we have ever seen in the NBA.
Gasol with the bucket. Now Curry. He has 6. This one for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
Well, he's got range that extends out to the parking lot. Steph is hard to shadow defensively.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Lowry. My player. Left side, Russell. Now here's Green. Gasol grabs the board.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
All right, so with any new player on a team, you look at the skill set, the stats, and that tends to drive a lot of the expectations for performance. But how much can one rely on that to tell you how a player will function on a new team?
Yeah, well, Blake, this is where I put on my scout and my agent cap. You can look at numbers all you want, but ultimately you need to see how he plays in person, and hey, that's why we're here.
And not everything can be seen in just one game. Sometimes you need to play, multiple games, try various plays, play with a different lineup to see exactly where a new piece can fit. There's a lot to consider. Tonight's going to be fun.
Traditionally, bigs like my player aren't the best free throw shooters, but he aims to change that.
Russell with it. Thompson outside. Green. And Draymond Green with the stuff.
And it's easy to appreciate the intensity of Green. Nice to see him finish with power at the rim.
Lowry with it. Now Russell defending. And it's the Warriors on the break. And D'Angelo Russell slams it in.
I mean, the D, they didn't even try to get back on the break.
Wouldn't have mattered even if they did. There's no way anyone was beating him to the bucket right there.
Lowry. Curry covering. My player, high post. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. The Warriors leading. Green outside. And that's a foul called on my player. That is his first foul. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. From 12 feet out, and the jumper falls for him. And that'll tie this game up.
Zero hesitation. Don't always see that from a young big like my player. Love how quick the release was.
Toronto is in a strange spot. They just won the championship and a big gamble, but they lost their best player. What are they looking to add?
Well, like most NBA teams, Blake, they're looking for young players. Now, remember, the current core of Marc Gasol, Kyle Lowry, and Serge Ibaka are pretty much all on the downslope of their careers, so they need the next generation of Raptors, and obviously Pascal Siakam is a great start.
I do think they want the young guys who can win now. The East is still open, and Toronto is still, I think, a player away from returning to the finals. As we saw last year, anything can happen once you make it. Nick Nurse isn't afraid to play rookies at all. So if you play here, your number will be called.
And the dunk by Willie Cauley-Stein.
You see the length helping Cauley-Stein there. It's what allows him to be a factor on the boards.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
That's his first personal foul at the line.
And he makes the first.
2 shots.
And he can't hit the second. And this is a pretty even game right now here in Toronto. And stolen by my player. And my player throws it down.
Why settle for the layup? My player's big enough to throw it down with authority.
Pass to Looney. Cauley-Stein. And that's a foul called on my player. That will be his second foul of the game. And about 3 minutes played now in this second quarter. Here's Looney. Here's Burks. Gasol defending. Clock at 6. For 3.
It's such a solid opening quarter, but he has cooled off considerably.
Yep, that goes.
3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The defense better start buckling down.
They're getting exposed and punished down low.
Back to my player. From 6 feet. It's rebounded by Looney. And Golden State has possession. 3-point lead. And I'm intrigued by the idea of being an MP big man and playing with Pascal Siakam. How would you complement his skill set, guys?
Well, for his size and position, Siakam rebounds the ball really well. So as a big man, I would work my tail off on the glass, and together we could inhale every rebound together.
Absolutely, Tim. And if you have Siakam helping you snag those boards, as a big in a my player build, it can really help you get out quicker in transition. We know that everybody loves a big that can run the break. So if Siakam covers you on a rebound or two, you better make sure you're getting your butt down the court.
Thompson, no good. From deep three-point range, and it's my player missing.
You know, sometimes just because you can make it from way out there, it doesn't mean you should try.
Not that far out, at least. He can work for a better shot than that. Trust me on that.
He's not playing in an empty gym.
Now, here's Russell. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's Cauley-Stein. It's rebounded by Powell. Toronto with the ball. The drive by my player. Make it 5 for 10 for him with that bucket.
And he's having a quarter, converting at a high percentage.
Thompson outside. Outside Russell. Pass to Burks. Cauley-Stein. Looney controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And without looking at the scoreboard, I mean, you'd think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back with this effort.
Yeah, playing with a lot of energy. A nice uptick in their second chance points this quarter.
Now a timeout called by Toronto. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And that does it for the first half of play. Warriors ahead, up 6. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And with the aid of our first half numbers, what do you think about my player's performance thus far?
Well, he put up a monster scoring line. There wasn't anyone who could physically match up with him, but he also showed great skill.
And that's what you appreciate about his game. He's a threat to put up points, but he also does it efficiently. The defense was ready for him, got a hand in his face, and made that one much tougher.
And that's something that every team needs. Rugged interior defense to just make your opponent think twice about coming down the lane.
Now here's my player. And stolen by Green. Here's Russell. Sweet little floater.
Never afraid to get a little fancy with it. Russell's floater is a real weapon. Gotta respect it.
Powell, guarded by Russell. That one, good for 2.
A heads up, aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the bucket for an easy 2.
Thompson. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played. Back to Russell. There's the 3. Gasol grabs the board. The Raptors trail. Lowry, he's covered by Thompson. And it's my player missing. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by my player.
He got up.
Throw it down, young fella. You have got to excel above the rim in order to play my player's position, and he just continues to develop as a finisher.
The Warriors on offense. They've led by as much as 10. Green left side. Over my player. My player with the block. And that goes out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Here's Thompson. Pass to Green. Thompson, just 5 on the clock. And here's Cauley Stein. Gasol defending. And that one's good. Cauley Stein.
You see the vision from Thompson. When you've been surrounded by superstars like Klay has, you learn to keep your eyes up.
New arena, new all-star, new bench. It's a season of changes in Golden State.
Moving from Oakland to San Francisco without Kevin Durant. Also without Klay Thompson while he gets back from that ACL injury suffered in the finals. Steph Curry is going to need to get back into MVP mode. But remember, they added an all-star guard in D'Angelo Russell. Me personally, I can't wait to see D'Lo and Curry play together.
Me too, Tim. I mean, what an offensive show those two will put on, especially when Klay Thompson is back. Now, the bench is paper thin, so expect the starters to play a lot. However, come playoff time, are you going to tell me that you want to face a team with Steph Curry, D'Angelo Russell, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green? Didn't think so.
And this is one of Curry's strengths, a dynamic offensive player who feels very comfortable shooting from mid-range.
Offensive board. Count the basket.
He got caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance points.
They need more effort than that on the boards. That can't happen.
Absolutely.
Now here is Curry. 19 points in the game. Here's Looney. Defended by Lowry. And yep, it's good.
At the offensive end, he has done really as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Johnson. Down low. Here's my player. Great D that time from Draymond Green. And here are the Warriors. Klay Thompson for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Cannot lay off Thompson. The release is so immediate. It's almost an insult to call it quick.
Time called here. The Raptors decide to talk it over. One guy who's been getting it done is Curry.
He's been gunning from deep. If you're guarding him, you've got to get into his jersey. You can't...
Substitution. Alec Burks.
Out to the left wing, to the middle, and finished off by Serge Ibaka.
just feeling it tonight. Once Ibaka added a three-point shot in OKC, his scoring numbers exploded.
The Raptors might have won the NBA title last year, but they're back in that underdog role after losing Kawhi. What can they do to get back to the promised land?
Well, it starts first and foremost with 2019 Most Improved Player, Pascal Siakam. He really jumped onto the scene last year, and I'd like to see him continue to improve and take more of the offensive load. Maybe get that average over 20 points per game. But after losing Danny Green, too, he signed with the Lakers. The Raptors could use shooters to put around Siakam and Marc Gasol.
And I think some youth as well. I mean, they have a nice core, but they're vets in Gasol, Ibaka, and Lowry. But who is the next star? Could it be OG Anunoby? You just know Nick Nurse wants some younger guys to test out.
Pass to my player. Picked off. He's off on the first, and the Warriors making a change here. And the second free throw, good. Here's Lowry. He's got 6. Here's Siakam. Back to my player. With 1 on the clock. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors ahead, up by 12. And coming up as soon as we return from the break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And only one period left. We've seen my player a bunch tonight. So what have we liked, and what does my player need to improve on? Now here's Robinson. Outside Curry. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Siakam.
He didn't punish them for the weak coverage, but they can't count on him missing.
He's got to go right back to that shot. And we've grown accustomed to seeing this. My player, guys at his position, connecting from this area more and more.
And here's Steph Curry for 3. A rebound by Ibaka.
Yeah, on an open look like that, he's usually very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Surprising miss. I mean, he's almost always deadly when he's that open, even from way downtown.
First free throw is good. The Warriors making a switch here. And he makes both free throws. The Warriors leading. And here is Curry. Out to Thompson. Puts up a 3. The Warriors again can't hit. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
They need to get way more disruptive defensively. They just can't keep allowing these easy buckets. You know, get a little physical, show some effort.
Defensively, that's job number 1. Effort, nothing easy inside.
Excellent vision and passing ability allow D'Angelo Russell to make these kinds of incredible passes.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. On the wing, Norman Powell. Guarded by Russell. And that one's good. My player.
It appears my player has the appropriate mindset to be a factor in this league, which is pretty unique for a developing player, wouldn't you say?
The shot by Curry, no good. Toronto trailing here. It's stolen by Thompson. To the inside. And the dunk by Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, it's so easy to see the chemistry that Cauley-Stein has with his guys, and he just knows when to go for these alley-oops.
Now a timeout called by Toronto.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers. Taking care of the basketball has to be the number 1 topic in the huddle, I'm sure. They need to tighten things up.
And the Raptors with possession here. Back to my player. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Great hustle from Gasol. showing you the grit and grind he was known for back in Memphis.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Outside Curry. To the paint. Now here is Thompson. Tight defense on him. First one falls for him.
If you want to talk about the best shooters in the league today, Klay Thompson's name has to be in the conversation, maybe at the top of the list.
Pass to Lowry. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed by now here in the fourth quarter. Inside, here's my player. There's the block. To the middle, Green. My player with the block.
A strong block from my player. Awesome job to get into position and send it back.
Now here's Gasol. Curry covering. And my player gets it to go.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Shoots from 12. Gasol grabs the board.
You have to assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was right there.
Here's my player. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That one on Green.
Can't fall for that if you're the defense. Once my player has you fooled, the rest is simple.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Here's Thompson. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
One of the prettiest mid-range jumpers in the game. I want to say Thompson was born with this shot, but he's worked so hard at it over the years.
Now here is Curry. Defended by Lowry. Here's my player. And my player throws it down.
And with these results, you see why they give it to my player, especially in important situations.
Here's Curry. Poked away. Pass to Green. Wide open look. And he misses it off the right side of the rim. Outside Lowry. And here's my player. Yep, that one goes.
Just drugging off the D there. Love how focused my player appeared on that possession.
And here are the Warriors. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Outside Curry. Tries it from the top of the key. The Raptors pull it in.
He's been struggling big time in this quarter, guys. Kind of reminds me, Brian, of your last year in the league.
That wasn't my best year for sure, but look at my numbers earlier, and I had a great career. He really has tightened up, though. No flow to his game at all at the moment.
Good work there as it goes.
What a monster sequence. Steph Curry, knowing they need points there, takes it upon himself to make that happen.
Pass to Gasol. Down low. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Draymond Green. Three-pointer. Steph Curry, another miss. And the Raptors with possession here. A 4-point game. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to my player. Pass to Johnson. From deep. Here's my player. And it's blocked. And they foul intentionally, and they're going to have to do it again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and, just hope for some misses.
Yep, they have to extend the game and use every last second on that clock.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that puts them up 5.
How good is Steph Curry at the free throw line? If he ever misses more than 1 or 2 free throws in a game, I expect to see Bigfoot outside the building.
Now a timeout called by Toronto. And what do you guys think?
They still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Yeah, it could, but they're going to need some help any way you cut it, Tim. They'll be hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
But hey, we've seen some crazy things happen.
Here's Lowry. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring them within 3.
As time winds down, every possession becomes crucial, and Lowry was not going to waste that one. What a time to come up big. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but really no other option there. They did a good job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the one who'd go to the line.
A good offensive execution.
Now a timeout called by Toronto. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, watching the huddle, I think the coach is telling them to take the easy points in a hurry, then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, and you shouldn't just foul blindly, though. Go for the steal with all they've got before that.
Yeah, you could go for the steal for a second or two, then foul.
The fader. The rebound by Green. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point ball game. My player outside. And again, Toronto no good. So we see the Warriors get the win here.
It didn't lead his team to a victory, guys, but my player was incredibly sharp out there tonight. I really liked his effort level. I really liked how he stuck with it even in a loss, but maybe he could have done just a bit more.
Yeah, asking for more might be a stretch, Ryan. MP was one of the best players on the court. The big key in a loss like this for him is to not get discouraged. It's the NBA. You can play well and lose. These are the best players in the world. Wins don't come easy.
And that's going to do it, folks. We'll see you next time. So long.